What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Today's date is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. Man, this has been a pretty, in terms of disasters and recent disasters or catastrophic moments. I would have to say 2020 so far has has basically uh, set the mark, or in terms of year. 2018 was bad, 2019 was somewhat bad, with all the mass shootings and whatnot. And but 2020 so far, and it's a very young year. We're in the third month of the year, and now we have to contend with the coronavirus or COVID-19. And started out as just a epidemic. Uh, it said that it started in Wuhan, China, and the public, I guess, we've learned or were introduced to the coronavirus. I would have to say late December, like December 31st. But I read this article, and it said basically the first reported or the first recorded case of the coronavirus happened in China, in Wuhan, China, back in November, like November 17th or so, of 2019. But like I said, the first reported case, or when we were first made aware of it globally, internationally, was like December 31st of 2019. Uh, and I read this article earlier this morning, and they were talking about, well, I didn't read the article. I was watching this. It was on YouTube, and they were talking about, in a video, they were saying how the Taiwanese government has pretty much have basically set a like they're considered like a template in terms of, or a blueprint in terms of how to contain the spread of the coronavirus, how to keep it in a specified area and just uh, stop it from spreading in a very alarming or rapid manner. They have taken necessary steps to quarantine those people that have been discovered to have contracted the coronavirus. Uh, they've quarantined the people, and they've also set up heat seeking, or what do you call it, some type of like flu seeking monitors. These monitors that pretty much detect your temperature as you walk near them or in front of them. They basically detect your temperature, and it could tell. Yeah, basically it'll let you know, or the monitor controllers allow them to understand or know that whether you have the coronavirus or not, or flu or whatnot. It detects your temperature and all that, and whether you're sick or not. So they've set up so many monitors throughout the country, especially like in like certain towns, and they've also have taken steps. And they, mind you, like I said earlier, they've done this probably way back in probably like December or early December, or even they've taken steps early, like even in the month of November, I think you were saying. But they have taken, and it's also said that since they've only reported 136 known cases, and they've had only 2 deaths since March 20th, whereas in the United States, there it's been reported that there are at least or more than 14,000 cases, and that just might be a low number due to backup. I mean, there's like a backlog of, I mean, it's so busy right now, they can't get everyone in, they can't test everybody. So it is believed that the numbers could be higher than 14,000 cases. And what they're saying is that there's been 100 and I think they said 130 something deaths so far in the United States since March 20th. If my numbers are correctly, if my memory serves me correctly. So basically, there's been more deaths in the United States as a result of coronavirus than in Taiwan, because they have taken the necessary steps. They basically take the preemptive steps to prevent the further spreading of the virus. They've contained it, and I just wish that this government, our government, the U.S. government, would have taken the necessary steps to curtail or to prevent the spread of the virus. They should have basically implemented travel bans from certain specific countries, or in and out from certain specific countries, or even going to specific countries. And instead of and when people were coming back in, they were letting people in. They should have. And I'm sure that they've had foreknowledge of this prior to December 31st. And they should have taken the necessary steps to, like I say, prevent, basically quarantine people that were coming from abroad. And they should have basically implemented a travel ban to specific countries, specifically to China. And they just basically dropped the ball on this one right here. And it could have, I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know if it was just, negligence on their part. But someone dropped the ball, whether, like I say, intentional or not. And now there are so many people have been infected or affected by this virus. And there are, like I said, there's a great chance that there are over 14,000 cases in this country already in the US of A. In the state of Minnesota, which is where I reside, let me see if my memory serves me correctly. They were saying that let me see how many cases they say have been reported. I think they said last time I watched the news, they were saying there are, what did you say, 14 reported cases, or 100 reported cases, or 100 total in the United States at the time. And this was like maybe 5-6 days ago. And so in the state of Minnesota, I think they were saying, like, I'm gonna have to get back to you guys on that because I don't have my notes. I should have. I know what the heck I did with my notes because I wrote pretty much everything down. But yeah, I think they were saying like about 14 cases in the state of Minnesota. I'm sure it's just a lot higher than that now. It's got to be probably over 20 cases now in the state of Minnesota. So they have pretty much implemented a I guess, martial law in certain states, specifically like in large metropolitan areas like LA and or San Francisco, big major cities throughout the country, in New York City, and all across the country, all across the United States. They have closed schools. Schools have been suspended until further notice. The NBA has suspended its season until further notice. MLB and NFL and boxing, I guess they've suspended a lot of their games or events or whatnot, or matches. There have been a lot of clubs and bars have closed until further notice across the nation. And barbershops and beauty salons have closed until further notice, but liquor stores are still open. And restaurants, or many restaurants, are still open, but you just cannot dine in. You have to order out, and you get curbside assistance. You can either pick the food up curbside or it could be delivered to you. So that is, so I'm sure Uber Eats and all these DoorDashes, I'm sure they are making a killing right now in terms of revenue, generated due to, like I said, the coronavirus and delivery services and whatnot, delivering food to a lot of hungry people. A lot of the stores are still open, like the Cup Foods and the Hy-Vees, and they are making a killing as well because people are just buying stuff like crazy. Specifically things like toilet paper and hand sanitizer. They pretty much bought out all of the tissue, It's hard for tissue, napkins, wet naps, or sanitizing naps, or gloves, or alcohol, or like I say, hand sanitizer. It's hard for the stores to keep these items on the shelf because people are in panic mode right now, and people have also bought up canned goods. So there are canned goods, but they have to restock these shelves. It's like daily, and stuff fly off the shelf quickly, as quickly as they are restocked. They fly off the shelf. And the canned goods and the potatoes and stuff that are starchy, like rice. It's hard to even find rice in some areas. Some stores. Potatoes and beans and stuff like that. Foods that will fill you up. Peanut butter, stuff like that. I went to the store the other day. I have peanut butter and I have grits and stuff like that, and starchy foods that will fill me up. Breads and all that. That kind of stuff, they're flying off the shelf extremely fast. So like I said, I went to Cup Foods the other day, and there were hardly any peanut butter left. Of course, like I said, paper towels were non-existent. Tissue paper was non-existent. Only a few rolls here and there, and the cheap brand, the hard toilet papers, you're gonna find very few rolls of that. I saw maybe like 7, 8, 9 rolls of that, the cheaper stuff. The 10 rolls maybe of the cheaper stuff, but the other top brand stuff are gone, and yeah, so it's just a panic out there. I just hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and staying, coronavirus free. Wash your hands, wash your ass. It's funny that when I went to the store, I also noticed that there was still soap, not as much as usual, or many bottles as usual as shower gel, but still, still enough. A significant amount of shower gel that were on the shelves. And I'm surprised. You would think that they would have bought up all the shower gel. So maybe people are not really washing their ass, man, as much as they are washing their hands and wiping their ass, but you gotta wash your ass too. You can wipe your ass with all the toilet paper in the world, but that's your ass still nasty. So maybe they should go and just buy up all the soap too. There shouldn't be any soap on the shelves, So yeah, man, I just hope everyone is, really taking care of themselves. And, you can't find any surgical gloves. You can't find any surgical mask. So there's a shortage of facial mask and gloves and stuff like that. Like I say, hand sanitizer. I was looking at this tutorial on YouTube, and it was basically talking about how to make face masks, and I would like to do that, man. Probably make a face mask for people that don't have any. So I'm looking into that. That would be a good thing. I guess if you learn how to make face masks, make some money. Because there are, I guess, hospitals are in need of face masks, and healthcare facilities and whatnot, So I'm going to look more into that, and maybe creating, my own hand sanitizer solutions and stuff, if you will. So, but yeah, man, this is the coronavirus season. So you guys stay safe, stay coronavirus free. If you don't have to venture out, then do not venture out. Do not go outside unless it's totally necessary. You're better off if you just stay, quarantine, self-quarantine. And they have asked that people stay home. It hasn't been implemented yet, but hopefully not. Hopefully people do stay home and that way we could at least slow it down or prevent the spread of coronavirus. You know, people that are sick, stay your asses home. If you're sick, stay home. Don't venture out and spread the coronavirus to other people. So if we stay home, and then and we start seeing the decline, the cases declining, and people are getting the treatment that they need, then I don't think the authorities would be so rash or convinced that they need to implement a martial law and force people to stay home. They have done that, like I said, in some major cities across the U.S. Like I said, places like San Francisco and L.A., New York, somewhat in L.A., but I heard San Francisco is they've implemented a curfew, and that could well happen to other cities throughout the nation. Hopefully not. So that's why people are so frantic right now. That's why people are basically just buying up everything they can, and so yeah. I'm gonna end this right here, right now. My alarm just went off. I'm cooking some or baking some chicken Alfredo in the oven. I have to go and take it out and stir it a little bit, stir the pasta around and get the juices and everything, balance everything out, get it kind of sort of heat cut, I guess, evenly distribute throughout the pan or whatnot, and then I have to put it back in the oven for an additional 20 minutes. Okay, you guys have a beautiful day. Stay safe and enjoy this time with family, because a lot of people have been, a lot of jobs or companies had to basically close until further notice. And like I said, the schools are closed. So a lot of people are home with families, and I know people are probably have developed or in the process of developing cabin fever. So if you have to venture out a little bit, go outside and get some fresh air, walk around. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that lasagna in there. I mean, Alfredo. So, yeah, I'm in it right there. Okay, you guys have a great. Bye.